So we're looking at this example, and I know that it gave some of you some grief this week. It's the limit of a composite function. So what we're doing is, what I mean by that is we're used to taking a limit of some function. But in this case, the function in this one, f of x, is inside this function sine. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the limit of the inside, and then we're going to evaluate the outside. And when I say evaluate, I always draw this little plug here, as in plug in. Okay, so we're going to plug in whatever we get from the limit of the inside. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that exactly. So we're looking first the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x. So if you look here at the function, as you're coming towards 1, so here's 1, from the left and from the right, okay, you trace your function, the y value from the left and the right is getting close to this number right here, which is y equals 2. All right, so the limit, and let me write that in a different ink, the limit as x approaches 1 of f of x is 2. So this right here is what's going to go plugged in into the sine function. So what we're going to do, and let's go ahead and zoom out here, right there, we're going to plug in this 2 into the sine function. And so then we find the sine of 2, and you can find that on your calculator. Be sure that you are in radian mode, but you're going to get something that is approximately 0.909, which makes this one right here A the correct answer. Okay, so again, when you're talking about limits of composite functions, you find the limit of the inside, and then that's what you plug in, or that's what you evaluate the outside function with. Okay, so the misconception here was that, well, we know f of 1 to be 3 because that's where it was defined, and people were finding the sine of 3, and they were getting something like this, 0.141, which sounded good in principle, but that wasn't actually the correct approach. So remember, on limits of composite functions, you find the limit of the inside, and whatever you get there is what goes plugged into the function that was on the outside. And this is what we're talking about when we talk about composition of functions. In college algebra, you might have heard it something like this, f of g of x, something like that. Okay, so that's what we mean by composition of functions.